An interesting story now I will share. Will not be anything new or enlightening, except for the moment and the time, my friends. As the privileged, unlike any of us, but more like Trump and Musk, Prince Andrew, these rich few, these privileged few, these individuals will get together and party like everyone else, and they would let loose. The privileged few have this notion that others need them. They feel as if being privileged they have to take care of the people, whether it be their underlings which they care for, or those in poverty. Imagine now a plot to elevate this burden from them. COVID would have wiped out mankind without mRNA vaccine research and development, but now they cut its funding as well as communicable disease research. The CDC is a skeleton, and the Food and Drug Administration sits in a pressure cooker, just waiting for the right mutation to take hold. A new variant or disease would hit us where we are most vulnerable right now. The poor and those in poverty will have no cure or time. Those with some wealth will have barriers in time for a vaccine or cure to be developed. A global crisis could arise in which a disease will spread and mutate on its own while infecting the general population. We would run scared with no PPE in place. The genetic population will be at most at risk, while barriers will be in place defending on the person's privilege. In this scenario, the divide between the privileged and the poor becomes starkly clear. The wealthy will hoard resources, leaving the vulnerable to fend for themselves. Meanwhile, the government, strained and underfunded, will scramble to respond. Hospitals might be overwhelmed with no immediate aid for those most in need. The virus will mutate rapidly, making it even harder to develop an effective vaccine. The lower classes will suffer the most, with no access to proper health care or shelter. The rich will continue their lavish lifestyles, shielded behind walls and security. They might even see the pandemic as an opportunity to tighten their control further. Meanwhile, everyday people will face despair and chaos in the streets. The world, once resilient, will seem fragile and on the edge of collapse. In their ignorance or greed, the privileged few ignore the warning signs that threaten us all. The future hangs in the balance, driven by decisions made far above the reach of ordinary folks. And as the crisis deepens, only then will many realize how interconnected our fates truly are. Perhaps one day we'll learn that caring for each other is the ultimate safeguard against the chaos we fear.